Okay, so we're here for the semifinals of SultanPepper versus Simmon. I have Archvenison over here commentating with me, and we'll see that they're both ready to go here. Looks like they're getting the Sikhs ready. Okay, looks like the game is just posted. Simmon is logged in, so I'm going to tell them good to go. Let's get this underway. Gonna make sure they saw that. Okay. So standard reverse corner opening and then the diagonal. Okay, looks like Simmon is going to try an edge crawl. I'd expect probably a d5 here. Ooh, that's bold.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the only problem with that, though, is that it gets your capstone basically locked right up against the boundary. So if he messes up, he's going to have a real bad day. Especially if he has to put that capstone over on top there. All Sultan has to do is throw a wall and it's pretty much game. Well, game for the capstone being trapped over there. And then the capstone just goes back over. No?
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised to see SD3 or... You know, honestly, at this rate, I would just play E5. I mean, I think Sultan has him in a pretty good lock right now. Yeah, this isn't going to end well. I mean, you can probably get SE2, and then it's probably going to be responded to by D3. No? Okay. Okay, I see what he's doing. He's trying to play 1 and 2. So that might have bought him some time. Probably a C1. Okay, so he's just going to try this then. I mean, if he wants to taunt him, he could do B3. This might get interesting. Okay, so there's the threat. Ooh, that's sneaky. You see what he's doing over there? If he puts the capstone on top of D4, it's game.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's classic.
the throw.
I haven't seen that in a while. Okay, wouldn't be surprised to see something along the lines of SD4, SC5. Well, SE5, of course, but anyway.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
So he's gonna start a fight over that one. Which pretty much gets rid of most of his threat. Gets all of his pieces stuck over there.
Yeah, because he's got the 4 and 5 completely blocked off.
Yeah.
So it's not a substantial threat anymore.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see, yeah, basically just building. Because he wants to keep that lock to make it really hard for black to basically throw that capstone down.
Exactly. Okay, so now the stack is within range.
Yep.
So has the threat of uncovering. Yeah, either way.
Yeah. Yeah, if that's the case, I just move a couple on b4 up and get those white pieces. Because that basically obliterates his entire threat.
Or just get some flats on the board
that's
while
fair
you're at
too.
it.
Okay, it looks like he's going to try and get the capstone back in the game. What's he trying with this one? I mean, if the capstone goes over onto d3, that's going to stop that threat almost completely. Then there's attack threat with the wall on b4. And of course, counter with that wall. So we might see e4, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just giving him more ideas for the
Yeah, that
wall.
and
Exactly.
it also kind of kills the entire 5 threat he might be able to utilize later if that capstone goes poorly. I mean, the only real threat right now is 1 or 2 for that, but that could be countered with e1. But then that puts the wall slightly out of range there on e3, so...
That?
Oh. Okay. Well, now you got the thread, and then we're going to have a lot of changing real quick, especially right around c4 and b4. So
yeah, but he's managed to force a bunch of captures, which is unpleasant.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
It'll give him a lot of resources.
Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised to see an e3 to make back up for that piece being gone. The only problem is that also opens up the possibility of that wall getting thrown across the way. You know, I almost wonder how many pieces would it take before that would basically be suicide to leave that white stack right next to the capstone. Because right now he can basically, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, he's trying to flat out. Yeah, Sims actually got him gamed pretty well. because he's also pretty low on time. I think Sim might actually have this one. Because Sultan just doesn't have the type of time capital to actually deal with this. Now he's way down on flats.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, he'll lose on time.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Sim just takes that entire stack right over on top of B4. Ooh, that's sneaky. Oh, looks like we have a timeout. Okay, so Sim has +5 for game 1. That's the type of Sim I like seeing. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on for game 2. Yeah, that was actually pretty brilliant of Sim there. Managed to whittle him down to 1 piece left, which puts him in a bad position there. Managed to whittle away most of his flats because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for black. As well as make a semi-credible tack threat over across to B4 with that throw by trying to force the capstone on top of there, which is going to do some weird things the entire board position. And it also has the benefit of locking the capstone on that space right afterwards. So, that's going to be an interesting one to look at later. Well, looks like Cheap Ass Games is actually watching as well, so we'll see. Well, at least they're retweeting it. I need to keep an eye on Discord. Oop. Looks like game 2 just got on. Okay. So it looks like Sim trying the edge crawl, then diversifying into the diagonal. That's bold. I mean, yeah, if you can invalidate the capstone, but I wouldn't be surprised seeing E4 to try and block off. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like D3 be a little bit too slow, so yeah, something like C4 might be able to head them off a little bit. Yep. Yeah, Sultan has some pretty nice position right here, especially with that capstone right there. Because now he has an entire threat going across 4 and 3 right here.
Yeah, I feel like Sim maybe should have gotten his cap in the middle there when he had the chance.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like C4 right. I mean, you don't want to give him more opportunity to build over here, so I'm not sure about the A3. Because now he actually has a possibility for some type of trifoil where he's basically just going right across the map. Yeah, this one's not going to end well for Sim.
Yeah, because, well,
if I were him, I would drop that capstone right there on D3 and try and regain some balance. Ooh. Actually, if you wanted a really fun one, yeah, right there at E4.
Oh, yeah. You can tell that Sultan saw it right after he
Yeah.
moved.
He didn't even hesitate there. Oh, that was well played.
Oh, but now Sultan is threatening to scrape up all of those.
Well, it's not going to work too well because he's just going to nail that wall with capstone. I mean, I can't see why he wouldn't, because that would leave him too vulnerable. Now he basically has a capstone stuck over here in this area, and then all he has to do is drop the capstone down here, and he has a bunch of credible threats. Jeez, that was one heck of a reversal. Honestly, I would consider a D3 right here. That works too. Man.
Yeah, at this the thing about that move is that it couldn't be blocked with the wall capture.
Yeah. The problem is this C3 wall might go. Okay, that too. I'm trying to figure out what he's going to be able to do here to try and continue his threat, though, because this B3 wall can basically obliterate most of it and put a double black on B4. Yeah, that too. He's totally going to hit it with the capstone.
Yeah, it's just it's too tempting.
Well, it's also Sim, so you know he's thinking it.
I guess that's my point. Like when you see that,
bingo.
Exactly.
See, clockwork. We could see a cap throw to try and counter it. The problem is he has enough range to where he can hit two spaces. So unless he manages to hit D5 or E5, it's game. Actually, no, I think it is game.
Yeah.
Does this look like Tenuay to you? Because if he happens to throw E3 to north, then that leaves a white stone, which means he can make a road across 4. I think it's Tenuay.
Yeah, so yes.
And he said he's rusty. Jeez. Yeah, Salt's gonna need that 2 minutes, but still, that is brutally efficient. Man. Wait. For those listening, basically what's going to happen is that he has range to throw 2 white stones over C4 and D4 here. So if he happens to capture with B5 over here, he can just throw 2, leaving white, and there's the road. If he goes up here, well, he can still do that. If he happens to throw the capstone up here, leaving a white there, then he can make a road across 4. So this looks like a pretty solid Tenuay. Yeah, it looks like he acknowledged it.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well played in any case.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good game so far.
Also, on a slightly a side note, what I noticed with the scoring of this tournament is that the first couple rounds when people were playing people who were when people of very different skill levels were playing, they came into play, and then once people are playing other people of the same skill level, it just basically never happens.
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
So right now we have 0 to 10 in favor of Simmon. Okay, it looks like they just put the Seek up, so let's wait for the next game. Got my coffee too. Still, though, I mean, if you think about that game that just happened, Simmon managed to get himself out of a ladder situation. So it just goes to show you that one bad move and all of a sudden the entire game flies.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is,
okay,
yeah, if he had just played a wall instead of that last capture, he probably still would have been winning. Okay, new game.
yeah. Okay, so looks like Simmon's going with that loose gap there. I wouldn't be surprised to see a C5. Okay, looks like Sultan's not going to deal with it this time around. Ooh. That's interesting. So probably E4 to try and force something. Then we might see D4 right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem with this strategy is that his entire force is basically long 5.
Well, but then the thing is, if he can force a couple captures, then then that gives him a way of getting his cap out later.
True. Well, there's his way to get his cap out.
Yeah.
So wall goes in there, and then capstone might hit that. Interesting. Okay, what he's probably trying to do is get some power along E here by forcing capture there. And then there's going to be a secondary capture right on top of that again, because he doesn't want him to be able to go through all that. And then probably going to see SE3, I'd say. Just because
I have a hard time imagining anything else.
Yeah, Sultan doesn't want him running away with that.
But,
really?
Or just ignore it.
Okay. Well, the problem with this is
that figure that those aren't particularly secure anyway.
Yeah. I mean, he left a ton of just prisoners around, which is a huge liability later, because if any one of those get compromised, White basically has a run full of pieces. Okay, so it looks like he's going hunting. So we could see C5 or E5. Okay, now it's just kind of taunting him, but we're probably just going to see a white C5.
Yeah, what I'm curious here is if the cap will go back.
Well, the danger here is he's flirting with disaster, because take a look at 1 and 2.
Yeah, and the E file isn't secure at all.
Yeah. If he manages to turn this one around, I'll be really impressed, but I think he's pretty well... Yeah, he sees it. I wouldn't...
The problem is that there's no black prisoners, so he has no resources.
Yeah. Well, what he's probably trying to do right now is make a threat where he can smash that wall and do something with it. The problem is, if you have a throw from E3 over here, it's going to leave a massive amount of potential by, say, a... Okay, that's interesting.
Probably captures on C2.
Yeah, and then the wall just comes back up and has a massive amount of capital to play with.
Yeah, but the thing is, the walls all the wall is already is getting towards its carry limit.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you just have D2's massive liability. Well,
I was thinking I wouldn't have been surprised if he had come in with another wall just to pick up that stack with a fresh wall, but
yeah. I mean, we might see a D3. Interesting. I mean, that basically keeps him off his ability to... Excuse me. What is he doing?
he's taking this don't capture thing very seriously.
Did someone write a book about that or something now? Or
well, isn't that what No Hat said in his original?
yeah,
His like. Yeah, but now well, I guess I'll just put in another wall.
yeah. The problem is that this is a massive amount of white just leaves sitting around.
Exactly. Now, just white will stick in a wall somewhere and pick up at least the majority of those. Or.
Huh. I mean, is white just trying to piece out, or what are they...
Oh, Sultan might be trying to do something special because he's at this point but he's already losing by 10.
Yeah.
So he might be. What could he be going for? Okay, finally.
I mean, we might see some critical attack threats here in a turn or two, but this is dangerous. Leave that thing alone.
Yeah, the thing is, if it captures it with the wall, then I probably Sim will play a wall right back down, and that's really where you want to.
Okay, so we don't want to go in that direction, but why not that direction? I mean, he could just throw the entire thing left, and then he has an even bigger problem. Okay, I see what he's doing. Never mind.
What's he doing?
He wants him to throw it left. He's trying to prevent him from getting north-south as well. He's trying to isolate the threat.
No, yeah.
Because right now, if you pay attention to flats, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 5.
And the problem is, if Sultan wins on flats, he has to win by 5, which isn't going to happen.
You know, that's just cruel. That's what it is. Very clever, but cruel. Jeez. I mean, the other problem is that Sultan is real low on time right now.
Yeah.
Hey.
I guess it's Sultan's out of practice. I haven't seen him around a lot lately.
Well, to be fair, Sim said he was out of practice too, but still.
Yeah, but Sim's at least been hanging out in Discord and paying it and watching things and stuff.
Well, he's definitely still wily, I'll give him that.
Yep.
Yeah, because right now he's playing the strong flat game. Jeez.
And that's basically the match.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Unless, I mean, I guess Sultan will have to go for a Merc in the next game.
Yeah. Yeah, a tie basically counts for a no point.
Yeah, so it's still 10-0.
Yeah.
I think the only way to get 10 points in the game is a Merc, which
Yeah.
I
If you
mean,
get a
it's
Merc,
not going to happen against them.
yeah. I mean, if you manage to pull off a Merc or yeah, pretty
Or all
much
the
that.
other things combined, maybe.
Yeah, unless you manage to basically capitalize on every single one of the bonus points, it's going to be a hard one. So you have to get a Merc and a high or low road to manage to win this.
Well, a Merc is +5, right?
Okay, so Sim's asking a question main chat. Well, Discord chat.
No, what he's asking is when he's going into the final, will he score in this match? Okay.
Well, technically he could, but
if you remember, I would if you
no,
remember,
check out the
I was
main chat over
at the
here.
beginning of the tournament. At the beginning of the tournament, I was saying that it's always better to resign or time out instead of letting your opponent do a special win. And nobody cared.
Yeah, Sultan's asking about Mercs now. So yeah, I think they're just trying to figure out what they want to do on it. I don't think Sim's serious about forfeiting the last match. He's just being cheeky. But I'm 90% sure or more that Sultan was completely serious asking about the +5 for Merking. He might well try it, and that's going to be an impressive one.
Well, I mean, I would try.
I mean, you might as well at this point. It's kind of the only Hail Mary you're going to get.
So how do tie breaks work in these playoffs?
Well, yeah, if they both manage to get 10, I'm going to have to think about that one.
I mean, it's Blitz, so probably just keep playing games.
Yeah, I might end up with some type of token flip tiebreak game if that's the case. Oh, looks like the last game just posted. Oh, caught it just before it started. Now, what do you want to bet he's going to try and Merc?
I mean, if he doesn't, then he's out of the tournament.
Well, technically he's running for third.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is,
out of the finals running, yeah.
Yeah, and no matter what he does, he'll be in the third place game. So
yeah, I'd probably just keep laddering like that. Then probably C4, and then you might end up with a header at B4. Okay, so it looks like Simmon is going to place a capstone. He's just going to go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's your threat. Okay, good. Get some resources towards the wall. I mean, if you're going to play a Merc game, you're going to want to use walls as pseudo capstones to try and keep pieces secured.
So another quick question: does a Merc count if it's a flat win?
No, it has to be a red win.
Okay, does the rule say that?
Yes.
Okay.
That's going to be a pain.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got that. Then we're probably going to see a D5 capture, and then we're probably going to see something on... Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
I mean, no, Sim will probably just win. But...
Yeah, because I'm seeing an E5 happening right here. Interesting.
Or that.
Yeah, the only problem with that is that it allows the possibility of D5 minus. Well, D5, 2D5 minus. But that's not exactly going to help. I mean, if he manages to get enough turns where he can start filling out A, there might be a chance of it, but we'll have to see. I mean, there's a case that can be made for an E3 or an E3 wall. Okay, so now he has the resources to be able to block that off, so I would be surprised to see D5 and a start of a run towards... Yeah.
Well... Huh? Oh, it was threatening, yeah. But now... Sim probably just throws the cap, right? CBA.
Well, yeah.
Because that cuts off any chance of a... Right, that cuts off everything on the A and B files. I mean, it's completely dominant.
I mean, a good play at E3 is basically doom right now.
And is that Tinue?
Be,
that's Tinue.
Because wall drops, it leaves an opening. Wall north leaves an opening. So, yeah, that looks like that's probably it. Ooh, and it's a trifoil, too.
I don't...
No.
Oh, one of them is.
No, it's not quite a trifoil. Oh, wait, yeah, it is. Shoot.
Yeah, it is. So he should have put a wall there to block the trifoil.
So that's a +3.
So 23. No, 18.
Uh-huh.
Assuming he takes that win.
Well, Mercs are really dang dangerous. Oh, he
didn't take the trifoil. Yeah, the problem with having extra points for a Merc is you can only get a... You have to start playing from the beginning with a sketchy strategies. You can only get it if you're much better than your opponent, or significantly better than your opponent.
Yeah, the problem with Mercs in general, though, is that they're so dang dangerous to try. Because especially against more skilled players, one
exactly
game. But anyway, we will probably go ahead and cut off the stream there, so I'm going to jump off of here and finish things up, so I will be right back.
Yep.
Okay, so it looks like that is game. So we have 15-0 in favor of Sim, who will be advancing to the finals.